Hi everyone, my name is Vikas and I will be showing you the product demo of Amara today. So Amara is an employee engagement chatbot wherein she is interacting with employees at critical touch points in their employee life cycle and proactively find out employees who are disengaged or about to leave. Now the dashboard that you see on your screen right now is the outcome of all the chats across different locations, regions in the organization wherein we have engagement score, employee mood, disengaged employees, and this is changing in real time. I mean, as we speak, Amara is interacting with many users across the globe. But before we talk about the dashboard and different features on the dashboard, let me show you how Amara is reaching out to your employees and how she is interacting with them. Now, this is the chat uh, chat widget for employees, wherein Amara will be reaching out to your employees when they complete a milestone in their employee life cycle. These milestones are predefined with the help of HR business partners and in consultation with our team. We predefine these touch points that when exactly you want Amara to reach out to your employees. The standard template is 30, 60, 90, then 6 months, 1 year, 1 year, 3 months, 1 year, 6 months. It goes up to 25 years. In many organizations, we have touch points like 20 years, 25 years, 30 years as well. Now, on these touch points, we can predefine, set of questions which Amara will ask, and basis their responses, she will be able to figure out whether an employee is engaged or disengaged in the organization. The process is very simple. There's an automated email which goes out to your employees, and there's a link in that email. They click on the link and they start interacting with Amara. The This is absolutely device agnostic. They are on their laptop, desktop, or even mobile. They can simply click on the link, and without any login, they can start interacting with Amara. Now, in this chat, if you see, we are positioning Amara as an AI assistant to the CHRO. And the moment they click on the chat, this will pop up, and then they can also see who all will have access to their responses. So we are giving an option to your employees to either choose confidentiality, or if they would like to share some details or sensitive information or a message to the HR, but they don't want to disclose their identity, we also have an option to be anonymous, wherein they can choose to go completely anonymous and submit their messages. Now, let me start with this chat. How do you feel about your last 3 months at Engine, right? So, awesome. Now, the beauty of this solution is that Amara is probing your employees. In case if something is not well, she'll further deep dive to understand what exactly is the problem. So without you meeting your employees, you will get to know that this is the problem area, so that this way Amara can save a lot of time for HR business partner. But over here, just to set the tonality as positive, I chose awesome. My team is great. It's a free text. Employees can type whatever they want. Just to show you a negative response. And these questions right now that you see on the screen are random questions just for the purpose of demonstration. We can have very logical set of questions coming one after another that we can set once we go live or once we plan to go live. So we have a complete session where we share a complete template with you to understand different drivers of engagement and questions corresponding to these drivers that we can ask at different stages in an employee life cycle. So I'm just showing you positive, negative, just to understand how the flow will work. Now, in case if somebody is typing or playing around the system will automatically understand that the response is not appropriate. Or if we're using some slang or something like NA, okay, system will automatically understand. But after one attempt, we are not forcing your employees to change the answer because it's self-explanatory that they do not want to respond or they're just playing around. So we skip that and move to the next question. The format of the chat is very simple, that there are 6 key engagement drivers and then there are multiple sub drivers. Now that Amara is interacting with employees multiple times in a year, so we are keeping the chats very simple and short so that they can complete the chat within 3 to 4 minutes, and this also helps in increased participation. But we are trying to cover most of the engagement drivers in 1 year because Amara is interacting with employees multiple times. We can type, let's say, communication. Now, this is how a typical chat will work. Usually, there are 6 key engagement questions. There is one open-ended question at the end. And then we also have an option wherein after every chat, once they click on finish over here, what we do is that we ask employees, are they enjoying interacting with Amara? And you can also pull out that report once you go live after 3 months, that what is the response from your employees? Are they really enjoying interacting with Amara? So you will be able to see, basis our experience so far, our engagement score with employees around Amara is 4.7 on a scale of 5. All right, so let's move to next part, anonymous chat. So over here, let's say I would like to share some information with the HR, but I feel that I should not be sharing my identity with the HR team. So what I can do is that this is an anonymity certificate and we are very particular about it. Once they choose to be anonymous, that means it is anonymous. We maintain complete anonymity around the responses that they're sharing with the HR team, and but we are giving an option to the HR to do sort of blind interaction with your employees to understand further. And in case employees are okay, we give an option wherein HR business partners or HR leaders can request identity, and then there's a button called request identity. They click on that, system sends out an email to the employee that this particular HR personnel wants to interact with you to resolve your concern. Now these issues can be of 2 types. One, very wherein the problem is with the employee, and the second is they're talking in general about the organization. When they talk in general about the organization, we can just respond back and say, hey, thank you for the information, and then we'll get back to you once this problem is resolved, because that there's a problem and everybody's talking about it. But when the problem is with one person, it is very important for the HR business partner to know, in case if you think that problem is solvable. So it is important to understand. It's important to know that who the person is. So you can always reach out to the employee through a system which is, we call it blind chat. You can text message employee without knowing where message is going, and then they will receive an email that this particular HR would like to talk to you. If the employee says okay, they give consent, they accept their request, immediately after that we'll share all the details with you, that who the person is. So this is how a typical chat will work, which is very simple, and there's no login, there's no app that your employees have to download. It's simple web link, they click and they start interacting with Amara. Now once they complete 2, 3, 4, 5 chats in a year or in 2 years, they can always come back and see the previous chat. So this is my demo account, so I don't have any previous chat, but all employees will be able to see all the chats, all the interactions that they've completed in the past with Amara. So this is how a chat widget will look like. Now let's go back to the dashboard and see what all analytics we are driving out of this. Now this is the dashboard of Amara, where you see engagement score, employee mood, disengaged employee list, employee reached, and of course employee participation rate. Now, and there is a list of all the engagement drivers. Engagement score is the overall engagement score of the organization. When Amara will start interacting with employees, she's started calculating, and there's a maths happening at the back end. There's algorithm running, and we're calculating the scores on a Likert scale 5, and we populate the list in real time. So this score is changing in real time. So if today 20 employees are interacting with Amara, or let's say 50 employees are completing their touch points, so Amara will reach out and they complete their chat. So the moment they click on the finish tab that we've just seen, like when we were doing the chat, the moment they click on finish, the scores are calculated and we are feeding the score in real time. So over here, if you see, we have employee mood. Now, employee mood, we are not adding in the total engagement score. Employee mood is in general the first question that we are asking employees, every employee, when they complete touch point, where we congratulate employee and say, hey, how was your experience in last 3 months, 6 months, or let's say 5 years or 10 years, just to set some sort of tonality and to understand how is the mood overall in last 6 months, 5 months, 8 months. So yeah, employee mood. Then we have disengaged employee list over here. This is the list where we're calculating that, if we're asking 8 questions and there are scores for every question, and anybody whose score is less than 3 on a Likert scale 5, 3 and less than 3, we put them in this bucket called disengaged employee list. Now you can always check the list of disengaged employees over here, employees to meet. When you click on this particular employee, it will give you complete details about that employee. You'll be able to see if the employee has completed multiple chats. All the chats will come on top in different tabs, like 9 months, 1 year 6 months, 1 year 9 months, 2 years, and so on and so forth. So, and then over here you will be able to see a complete trend for a particular employee. So we can provide you individual sort of reports as well, that for your, this is your employee's engagement report card. From the day the person started interacting with Amara, you'll be able to track it. And we also have an option where an employee leaves the organization, and we have consent to reach out to the employees on the personal email ID. We can also get you ENPS, Employee Net Promoter Score, and primarily we call it exit surveys, wherein we reach out to employees once their FNF is settled. So over here, if you see, the score is total chats initiated, in progress, and all of that. The question-wise transcripts for the latest chat completed will populate over here, and engagement-wise, scores and heat map will come here. Now let's say this employee has completed 1 chat. Now assume this employee might have completed like 5 chats, 9 months, 1 year, 1 year 6 months. You will be able to see a complete heat map, that where exactly the trend is going upward or going downward. Over here we have multiple options. You can assign the ticket in this particular employee in case you think that some other employee or HR colleague of yours can actually resolve the problem, so you can assign it to them. Then we have, if you would like to have a meeting with this particular employee, you can directly schedule a meeting from the system. You can mark it resolved. The moment you click on resolve, system will ask you in 150 words a short brief, or a summary, that what went wrong and how you were able to resolve that, because you're marking it resolved. So this is one option given over here. And then from here, let's say you would like to mark hypos in your company, or you would like to pull out report of high potential employees, or a rock star of your employees. So that is possible. We can create multiple other tags, like leadership engagement, mid management engagement, grade wise engagement. So we have an option in settings tab that I'll talk about in a bit. But yeah, so if you would like to create different cohorts like this, that you would like to see engagement score in different buckets, that is also possible. Moving forward, you'll be able to see the complete chat, because it's a confidential chat, and we have already disclosed that these many employees in the company will have access to your chats. So whatever names are coming there in the chat, all of them will be able to see the chat like this. The complete chat you will be able to see over here. Complete activity around employees, that what happened when we triggered the chat, how many reminders we sent, when they completed the chat, the complete audit trail from the very first touch point. We'll capture everything. You will also be able to see what sort of reminders we are sending to the employees. In case you would like to make any changes in the reminder, you can do that. So all these options are available over here on this particular thing, on this particular dashboard. Notes, let's say you would like to say something to your colleague. So at the rate this one, and you can type your message and submit. Your colleague will receive a message that you have shared some information, and you will come back on the dashboard and see why you have assigned it to someone in your team, or if you want somebody to resolve the concern of this particular employee, that is also possible. This is the complete profile of the employee. And in case if you are using any other system, then you can also migrate the existing engagement and performance scores in employee's profile. That is also possible. Over here, we have the complete list of employees, and in case if you would like to slice and dice the data, different department-wise, location-wise, we have multiple demographics where you can pull out reports. So just to take few demographics. We have locations, we have departments, we have manager wise, team lead wise, zone wise, band grade wise. We have engagement wise. We also have a performance rating wise. In case if you're feeding the performance rating, we can tell you that these are like rating 5 engagement score, rating 4 engagement score. Your new joiners, your people who are like almost like 2 years, 3 years in the company. So different types of combinations we can pull out reports directly from the panel. Then we have analytics available over here, where we talk about employee life cycle, that how employee life cycle is performing in terms of the engagement score in the organization. So you'll be able to see the onboarding, which means that people who are between 0 to 90 days, how many people are engaged, who are like completing 90 days in the organization. You can also see their report, and all these reports are downloadable, where you can click on the top and export these reports in an Excel format. In case if you would like to do some sort of manual or want to create some pivots or would like to analyze this data, so you can do it in an Excel sheet, right? So this report will be there. Similarly, for initial development between 3 to 24 months, you have a report available, and ongoing development. So we have multiple reports available. This is the complete list of reports, like dashboard overviews for different functions, demographics, critical touch point snapshot, that you want to see reports for 3 months, 9 months, 12 months separately. You can also download reports. This is the report for engagement report of employees completing 3 months, completing 1 year, completing 2 years, like that. Critical touch point. So touch point wise heat map around driver engagement score. So you will be able to download a report where you will be able to see all the drivers like culture, career opportunity, the key pillars, the key drivers, their score for different touch points. And different touch points are 30, 60, 90, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years. RAG analysis, an individual report of every employee in the company based on the latest chat that they have completed. Now, for example, there are 100 employees in the company. This report will give you an Excel with the first name, last name, the last chat completed, touch point completed, the score, engagement score, the mood of the employee, and then at the end, the status, or we can say RAG analysis, wherein this employee is happy, not happy, with the reason. If the person is not happy, what exactly is troubling this employee? And if the person is happy, why this person is happy? So this is one report which most of the HR business partners are using, because this is very comprehensive to give you complete detail of your employees, what is working for them and what is not working for them. Then we have employee life cycle analysis, participation rate, and you can also pull out reports on different drivers, career opportunity report in the organization. So over here, when you see, you'll be able to see the overall company-wide report. We also have an option where, let's say you would like to pull out a report around culture in one of the zones, let's say North Zone. You want to see how's culture performing in that zone, or let's say career opportunity. Could be anything, right? So it's very comprehensive. You'll be able to download each and every kind of report that you want or that you're looking for. We also have an option wherein you can share quarterly or monthly reports or scorecards with your business heads. Meaning it's a one-time activity. This is just a demo, but we can create some sort of comparison. So Q1 to Q2, how is the scorecard between two units? Let's say marketing versus finance, marketing versus overall company, or finance versus overall company, or finance versus finance in Q1 and Q2. So you can see all the trends, right? So these scorecards are very, very useful, and you can also download these scorecards and actually share a report with the business leader. Let's say you would like to share a quarterly report with the marketing head with the engagement score and what is working in their in their unit. So it's very simple that they can see a brief summary that in my organization, in my small organization, within big organization, this is working, this is not working. All right, so going back, we also have custom reports. Let's say you would like to see data in a particular format, which is not there on the platform. So we have created a report engine wherein you can select different function, department, business partner as Excel rows or columns, and system can populate data in that. So it's a very simple process. Our team will train the HR business partner who's managing the dashboard, any data person. It's very simple. Let's say I would like to see a report on all the managers' engagement score on Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. So an Excel can be downloaded. Or if you would like to see location-wise or department-wise engagement score from last 4 quarters. Is this like going upward or downward? You would like to see a trend in an Excel sheet. System will be able to create a report for you. So custom engine is also very useful, and most of the companies are using custom reports to sort of pull out information from the system the way they want. We also have gender-wise engagement analysis. So we'll be able to give you the inclusion index in your organization basis the responses, and we'll derive that from the questions that we're going to ask employees during the touch points. Our system will automatically pull out the responses around questions linked to diversity and inclusion and give you an inclusion index. So this is the overall view of, you can see the 6 key pillars over here, and then there are multiple sub drivers. And for every parameter, there's a dashboard for, dashboard available for engagement scores and other things. Now, for example, culture, you click on culture, system will give you a culture dashboard in the organization. Now you can further deep dive to see on multiple demographics, slice and cut and slice the data, slice and dice the data to see some sort of, information and deep dive. And within culture, you see we have these sub drivers. If you would like to delete these sub drivers, add new sub drivers, you can do that. It's absolutely customizable. And in every sub driver, there's a question that we're asking. So basically the engagement score, if I start from a question which is linked with a sub driver, further to driver to the overall engagement score. So this is how the complete tree works. And if you see the backward thing, that all these chats are linked with sub drivers, we calculate the overall sub driver score, then the engagement score, and then the driver score, and then the average of all the drivers gives you the engagement score. Now, over here, we have action planning. In action planning, you can work with your team to set up some sort of, action items for a quarter, and then, the main action, description of the action, deadline, visible to all, or if this is action for yourself, like you can just want to work on it, you can do that, and checklist. Within a big action plan, there are multiple small items. So you can, let's say training, you can assign it to one of your team members over here, and assign, and an email goes out to that particular person that a new task has been assigned to you. The person can anytime come on the dashboard and check that what has been assigned to me and what needs to be done. Similarly, you can create multiple small tasks in the overall queue quarterly basis, the action planning that you're doing. And we can also create escalation matrix in that, wherein in case if something is not achieved or deadline is not met, then we can escalate. So all those features are available. Now, excuse me. On top of this, we also have an option of ad hoc dashboard. Ad hoc dashboard is, one-time surveys. So continuous engagement is one piece where Amara will reach out to your employees automatically once we set it up for the company. Basis the touch points. It's completely automated. There's nothing that you have to do manual, including the reminders, the follow-ups. Everything is taken care by Amara. But there are times, and this is the feedback that we have received from the industry, that there are times when you would like to run a campaign or internal survey. Let's say there was a training program. After the training, you would like to ask or check with your employees, how was the session? You would like to ask 3-4 questions. So you can create these campaigns from here, right? So there'll be options, let's say browse template, could be, let's say diversity and inclusion again. So you will get an option. There are predefined questions in every template. You can delete these questions. For example, I would like to delete this question, or I can add some other question. And then you can send these survey to set off, a particular set of employees, marketing or finance or like zones, departments, locations. So, and you can pull out this report once the survey is complete. You can set everything, what sort of communication you want, which sender ID you want, what should be the template content. You want to run this survey for a week or for a month. Everything is in your control. Once you launch this survey, the survey will start automatically, and then reminders will start in case if you would like to increase the frequency of reminders or add new reminders. You can all do that on this portal. And then once the survey is complete, you can pull out the report of the survey. So this is again, a lot of companies are using this ad hoc or one-time surveys. So this is now the messages, right? So for anonymous messages, you'll be able to see a lot of employees are responding. Now this is the anonymous tab wherein we are receiving anonymous messages. Now my manager is not supporting the staff, so you got a message. Now you have an option over here to respond to this employee. The moment you respond to this employee, the employee will receive an email that one of the HR business partners have responded to your message. Now this person can read the message and respond you back, and the moment they respond you back, we'll populate the message over here. But once you start interacting with this employee, take the person in confidence and then click on request identity. The moment you click on request identity, system sends out an email to the employee and asks for permission. The moment they give you permission, we'll be able to share the details of employees over here. So in general, if you ask me what is the percentage of employees giving consent or accepting the request when HR business partner is reaching out to them. So as far as individual cases are concerned, on our data in last 4 years, we have seen approximately 60 to 70% people, they usually give their details, and once you receive the details, it is very important for you to resolve the concern and at least acknowledge that this is a problem and we are working on it. So this way you'll be able to build that trust, and this is what we have seen. And with this kind of activity, you will also be able to improve and participation in future. So when Amara goes live, employees start interacting with Amara, they share their concerns. But if there's a silence of, let's say, 3-4 months and we're not responding to employees or not resolving the concern, I mean, after 3 months or 6 months, they will stop interacting with Amara. So it is sort of a collaborative effort wherein we have to make sure that if there is a concern, a genuine concern, we should try to resolve it. At least acknowledge the messages that we are receiving, that hey, we have read your message and we're working on it. Acknowledgement is also very important at times. So this is briefly about Amara, and I would like to cover a few important things like excuse me. Yeah, like this one. So we also have an option in case while interacting with Amara, if an employee is using some sort of alert words, system will raise a red flag and immediately inform the HR business partner, the super admin, that this person needs immediate assistance. This is in your control. You can delete few of these words, or if you would like to add some words, this is the local nuances, because you know about your organization people more than we do. So we are giving you a free hand over here. Now tag is, if you would like to tag your employees as performer, non-performer, core team, seniority, these tags are primarily to pull out reports basis these tags. Senior leadership team. So there are, let's say, 30 senior leaders and you would like to see their engagement. So if there's a tag called senior leadership team, senior LT, you will be able to pull out a report. And again, this is also customizable. You can make changes in that. Resolution summary, mandatory, non-mandatory, is primarily when you are resolving the concern. We are giving an option whether whether you want to submit a summary of the interaction or you just want to resolve it without submitting anything. So all these features, auto acknowledgement, auto assign a ticket, multiple HR business partners are there, and there are like 1,000, 2,000 employees. So it is very difficult to manually assign the ticket. So if our system understands that one person A belongs to HR business partner 1, system will automatically assign this employee A to HR business partner 1. So there's no manual intervention. Everything is automated. So this is briefly about Amara, where Amara is interacting with employees and giving you amazing insights. You can always reach out to us at support@Amara.ai, or you can always write to me at vikas@Amara.ai in case if you have any question. We'll be more than happy to assist you. Thank you very much.